You see this picture here? That's gonna be us at the end of this video. It's only a matter of time! Greetings fellow Vita fans, this is James with PS Vita at 2 AM, coming at you once again with another exciting video. And if you're new here and love everything PlayStation Vita, don't forget to subscribe. Guys, I never thought I'd be saying this, but Sony has just officially teased a PS Vita 2 and or PSP3, depending on what you want to call it. Potato, potato, whichever. In fact, I wouldn't even say that they might have, I think in fact they just did. This has been creating all kinds of buzz around the internet as of late, and I wanted to do my take on it and also to show you guys for anyone out there who may not have heard about this yet. I do gotta give you a word of warning here though, prepare to have a change of pants ready. And there has been some controversy as of late as to whether or not this leak was intentional or not, which makes it all the more juicy. My favorite kind of juice. And speaking of which, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. After this video concludes, what do you think about it? Do you think this information holds any kind of substance here? Are you super excited for it? Or am I just going crazy? Be sure to tell me down in the comment section. Now, prepare to have your mind blown. Normally when I talk about a potential PS Vita 2 in the making by Sony, it has something to do with leaked information, such as patents, but not really a whole lot more than that to go off of. But this information came directly from the horse's mouth. And what a beautiful mouth it is. Sorry, that sounded creepy. So recently, Tonino Greco, I'm probably saying that name wrong, who is the chief analyst at Sony Corporate Division, recently had an interview go live on Facebook, and he talked about a number of things, such as the possibility of a VR2, which we know is already happening now for the PS5. But none of us who are watching this channel care about that. We only care about one thing, a PS Vita 2, which is something that, believe it or not, and I can't believe I'm saying this, he actually teased about. Oh yeah, it has not left Sony's mind just yet. And might I add, he mentioned this towards the beginning of the interview, so I would love to hear what you make of this. Here's the clip.
That's a good question. So actually PlayStation has several product lines. So we don't only have the console itself, but as you were mentioning, there's also services behind that we want to deliver, like PlayStation Network and PlayStation Video, music, whatever you may think of. But beyond that, we also have, PlayStation VR. And for VR, probably we will see something new in the upcoming years, since it's been a while since the release date. And of course, technology is evolving all the time. And maybe we will see something new in future, which is maybe not VR, maybe something different like AR or something portable again. I cannot tell you.
Yeah. Did you guys notice the facial expression that he made when he said that? He had this grimacing look that said, oh yeah, I know something that you guys don't. Well, I mean, he works at Sony, so he knows a lot of things that we don't, but I digress. And what makes this even more crazy is the fact that Sony has already said themselves that they have no plans to make a new portable system in the future. Yet, here we are. Somebody over there in PR has been lying. Now, there are a lot of ways that we can take this sort of information. Many people are speculating that Sony just might be in development of a PSP 5G, which would have some sort of connectivity with the PS5, mostly as a streaming device. And thinking about it, yeah, that could be a very high probability. If Sony doesn't want to officially get into the market like they used to, handheld I mean, having a streaming device to hook up to your PS5 does make all but a lot of sense. Well, it makes a lot of sense. And by that, I mean it makes all the world of sense. Man, I have to fire my writer. Oh wait, that's me. Of course, if you were to ask me personally, I would still prefer the much more traditional looking handheld device from Sony, i.e. one that comes with a cartridge slot, and not those UMDs. Now we have to keep in mind, of course, that nothing has officially been confirmed as of yet, but just by this statement alone, it's already showing us now that Sony has not given up on handheld devices, no matter how much they may say so. Oh, we're on to you, Sony. We know exactly what you're really thinking. Oh, and by the way, for anybody out there who might be curious about that whole PSP 5G fiasco, I did recently make a video about it back like a month or two ago. And if you're interested in watching it, I will have it somewhere on the screen right now. So wow, guys, this was a lot of information to ingest. Well, not really, but it was a good amount. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Do you think now that whole we might be getting a new handheld from Sony in the year 2023, also another video I made, might just be coming to fruition after all? Whew, hyped myself up too much there. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. This video has been brought to you in part by all of these wonderfully generous people who help make this content possible, including Maki's Blog, Zecrito, Frayden, Joseph Razmek, Shin Snake, Alan Iwazu, Bushin Ryu Cat, Milk-sama, Neorashi, Reiko Star, Matt Fox, B Mystery, Dr. Super Artie, Romp King, Donut Valley, Jackie, Azumara, Cobble Trappa, Sakib Alam, Smug Wolf, Matt Hargett, Ronan Elganto, Tasha Monty, Eric DeWitt, Juan M. Hermosillo, Burrs and Mystery, Kayonko, Jesus Hernandez, Mazgus, Larry Anderson, Mario Cruz, Jelle, Lori Sweeney, Richard Cruz, PSVita S, Adam Sondi, Hero Acer, David Ray, Wendy K, Hemdall Imbert, Gutter Drums, BMF, Claymer Malarkey, Joshua Williams, Jared Hado, Kevin Enright, Heston Joseph, Aaron Swanson, Rodrigo Vera, Sculpture Tugel TCG, Adam Thury, Per Sterner, E-Rock, JR, Kyle Brooks, Saul Ramirez, and Phantom XRS. If you would be interested in supporting the channel and seeing your name on this end screener, or if you wish to remain anonymous, that can be provided too, then make sure to check the links down in the description below. I have various ways for you to do this down there. Can't support in this manner? Don't worry about it. Likes and shares can help equally as much at making this channel grow. Well, it's now officially February 27th, depending on where you live, and for those of you who watched last Saturday's video, as promised, I will now be reading all of the favorite Vita games from the Patreon community. I did the YouTube membership last week. This following end segment was requested by Neo Arashi, so without further ado, here are the Patreon picks. So here's everyone's top choices. I will be commenting on each one as I progress, and if I haven't ever played the game before, then I'll just pretend I know what I'm talking about. First up, we have Al S, whose favorite game is IAVT Colorful, and for those who don't know, it's a music rhythm game that plays a lot like the Hatsune Miku series, but it's Japan only, so, we kind of lost out on that. But luckily, the Vita is import friendly. Smug Wolf's favorite game is Asterisk War Phoenix Festa, and he says that he may or may not have bought a Vita for it. Oh, I'm sure they did. Oh, and might I add, this is one of the most expensive games on the Vita that's an Asian English release. Kayonko said that their favorite game is Galgun Double Piece. Ah, a railgun shooter with just the right amount of ecchi, and any amount of ecchi is always the right amount. Aaron Swanson said his favorite is The Bard's Tale Remastered and Re-Snarkle, an over-the-head adventure that has lots of humor to it. I approve. Cobble Trappa said his favorite game is Dynasty Warriors 8. Hey, as a big enthusiast for the Dynasty Warriors series, I can agree. Plus, it's the only time in my life will I'll ever be able to beat up waves and waves of people. Tasha Monty said that their favorite game is the Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc game. Ah yes, and what can be said about this series? It's like Phoenix Wright, only with deadly teddy bears. It's totally random, but great. Mazga said that so far his favorite game is Darkest Dungeon. It runs poorly even when overclocked, but the probability makes the game awesome regardless. And darn, sad to hear about that overclocking not working. Darkest Dungeon, what are you up to? And then finally, Matt Hargett said that their favorite game is Tearaway, bursting with joy and innovation and emotional tie-up at the end. Oh, tie-up, I get the pun you made there. And one of the few Vita games that actually uses all of the functionalities of the Vita without making them feel gimmicky. And that's everyone's favorite picks from the Patreon side. I want to thank everybody, both the Patreon members and the YouTube members, for participating in this event. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time.